Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my Pan That palette finale for this year. I have been panning the Too Faced Grande Chatou palettes. There was a black, pink, blue was previously decluttered. I started this year doing the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I'll leave that playlist down below. That was an epic fail. Those eyeshadows were starting to get way too old, pretty much. So they were not as pigmented, they just weren't looking good on the eyes, and that's kind of what happened with this. But I had some good work and good progress with these eyeshadow palettes, so let's get into the first one, which is the black one, which is what I was working on majority of the year. And this is where I ended up. So I used up Le Moraes, Rendezvous, and Parfait. And then I hit pans and then expanded the pan. I don't know how well you can see that. In Provence, I tried to use the dark shades Noir and Trace Cheek, but they just really weren't working for me. So I just kind of towards the middle to end of the year just stopped using them. The Trace Cheeks just had a lot of fallout for me. There was a lot of purple glitter that would just kind of fall onto my cheeks, and it just wasn't a good look. And then Noir, I just don't really use black for eyeliner. I do sometimes if I have like my Alchemist palette from Kat Von D to play with, but everyday look is not something that I try and pan. And I've also noticed there's a lot of black eyeshadows in eyeshadow palettes, so I don't need to try hardcore to use them up, especially since this is so old. I think this is like 2014, 2015 old. Provence also towards the end started losing pigmentation, so once I hit pan and expanded the pan a little bit, I stopped really working on it. I was using Trace Fab though as a blush, and it is my blush today on a pretty regular, consistent basis. I never was able to hit pan. I was debating on depotting it. I have other blushes in my collection as well as other Too Faced blushes and other palettes that I'm still going to be working on. So I think I am going to declutter this palette now that this challenge is over. I know there's maybe 1 or 2 more weeks left of this Pan That palette challenge, but it's the end of like middle of December right now when I'm filming this, and I really just want to enjoy my makeup and play with the rest of my makeup for the rest of the year. So I'm not gonna hardcore work on this anymore. I did a great job, I think, on this little black palette during the year of 2019, but it is time to see that go. So pulling out the pink one, and this is, whoa, my progress on that. So you can see I used up a more, So you can see I used up a more. That shadow is completely gone. I hit pan in Fleur and Sherry and definitely expanded the pan on those 2 shadows as well. I honestly was starting to find that the Sherry and Fleur were kind of muddying together. How I was doing it was I would put Fleur all over the lid, Sherry on like the middle half of the lid, and I don't know, I just wasn't really loving the look out of it. The other shades just weren't doing it for me. The bronzer had no pigmentation, was not showing up on my skin hardly at all. So I am really happy with my progress with these 2 little mini palettes for the Pan That palette challenge. I was able to use up, what is this, 4 full eyeshadows, hit pan on 3, and just was able to have good use out of this palette, especially since it was the older one in my collection. So I am decluttering now both these little eyeshadow palettes for my collection. Feels so good. I don't have any regrets on not finishing up the other shadows, just because I truly was working on them, trying to use them, come up with looks, and it just really wasn't working. I used up what I could, what I really enjoyed using it, and now it feels good to say these are out of my collection. I used what I needed to. I got my money's worth out of this, and I'm ready to move on to my next Pan That palette. So if you are interested in the palette that I will be panning for 2020, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel so you know when I post that video. It will be out pretty shortly, if not towards the end of December, the beginning of January. But I am still trying to work on it. I'm wearing a look with it today. I'm really happy with the shadows in it. It is one of the older ones in my collection as well. I just really like using older eyeshadow palettes and then trying to use them up, get my money's worth, like I did this one, like I did the Semi Sweet palette, the Naked palette, the Tarte Aqua Lilies palette. What else have I panned? A Lorac Pro palette. If you're interested in seeing more Pan That palettes, I'll leave all my Pan That palette playlists down below for you guys. But I love panning my eyeshadows, getting my good use out of them. If you are panning an eyeshadow palette for 2020, let me know which one you are panning. And I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head. From all those pretty words you said, it's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am, it's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it.